Aloha from Kilipohe ke Kanilahua, Halipohaku. I didn't do much today. Doesn't seem like it anyway. It's kind of late now. I did do run into town for some plumbing parts. And of course I forgot to get some flooring materials, so gotta go back tomorrow. But one thing I did was to remove there's this big plant here which has these purple flowers. Got a big extension here. I just did this evening. Dug the root balls up for it. You know, they just sit on top of the lava and kind of, you know, worm their way into little cracks and stuff. So they're not very deeply embedded. But this is one of the root balls. And then that's the other one. So basically you just peel them off the lava and shove them aside. I'll run them through the chipper in a little bit once I start doing chipper stuff. This morning when I got here, of course, you know, this is the downspout for the gutter. So all the water was kind of running into the area that I dug out for the barrels to go. Dug that out yesterday. So it was just like a big lake. It was full of water. So I got this little channel to let it drain. So hopefully it won't become too much of a lake again tomorrow, but it doesn't really matter because you know, that's the only reason that filled with water is because the downspout is right there, and that was a low spot. So that's going to get filled in with rock. That's some drain rock that we had in the driveway that I just dug up and shoved in there. And then in order to get the wheelbarrow through here, that's why I pulled up these root balls. But these we call tiles. This is a piece of pahoehoe lava. I don't know how good you can see that, but it's about, you know, it's about an inch thick, and we're going to actually try to use those in the house somehow, either as tiles in the backsplash or maybe tiles in the floor of the shower. We're not really sure how we're going to do it, but that's the goal. And those all came from here. You can see this piece of pahoehoe is right there, and probably what happens is the roots for the, yeah, here's another big one right here. The roots for the plants get underneath there and pry them off the surface, and you get a really nice lava tile right there. So here's another one. So that's part of what I'm doing before we get the construction going on the house, is to try and find as much of that kind of stuff as possible on the property, and preserve those for the construction of the house. There's a ton of those in underneath this lava cave right here, which I kind of already pulled out and put off to the side. But the more we can find of those, and now that I know that they're underneath those purple flower bushes, which those things are pests. They call them puna rose. They're so, the roots of them are so nasty. You have to cut them with something really sharp. You can't just like weed whack them back. If you run a weed whacker into these things, here, let me show you the flowers. If you run a weed whacker into one of these things, it just bogs it down. It doesn't cut it, it just wraps around it. There's a flower. They're pretty enough, but they just grow like a weed. I mean, this one we cut back just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you can see it'll probably keep growing, even though it's all cut up. There's other ones. This one down here was cut back about a month ago, and it's already a bush again. So I guess you could keep them as flowers, but man, it would be a lot of work to keep them from overgrowing. So, but I'll look in there. Oh, here's the pig tracks. Pigs have been rooting here, digging up, whatever. And then one big one kind of came through here. I don't know what he's looking for, but he clearly has been through here many, many times. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe he's sleeping underneath this bush. Comes through here and goes out. I have never seen him, but he's here. Okay, what else? So the goal was yesterday, where I started working on the catio, was to get the water system put together. You know, get the barrels in place and start working on the piping for that, the plumbing for it. But of course the oh, by the way, all those beer cans, they came from this ditch. You can see there's another one right there. Budweiser, probably no born on date on that baby. Beer, Budweiser and Old Milwaukee, I think, yeah, there's Old Milwaukee in there too. Nothing but the classiest beer from Kilipohe. So yeah, plumbing. So trying to come up with a plan for all of that. Oh man, those batteries are already dead. Dang it. I set up a couple of work lights that I got from Home Depot, and it looks like the batteries are already dying. But I have this pump. This pump came off Nokia, and so the plan is, this is the Gazinta here. So this will come from the water tanks here through the floor and go up into that, and then this will tee off. One will go down, go outside to the water heater, and the other one will come in back behind and go to the sink, which will be up here somewhere. And then I got this little battery at Walmart. It's not much of a battery, but it'll run this pump no problem. So it'll just sit here. I'm not going to bother with solar panels or anything. The way I'm going to charge it is I'm just going to take it and connect it to the truck electrical system and charge it when I drive around. So I shouldn't have to do that very often. But there you go. That'll be the electrical. I got a light switch. I'm going to put a light switch over here. This is going to be some low voltage wire that I'll put a couple of LED lights on, and they'll be on the rafters there. And I'll have a light switch when you come in. Flip on the light switch, and illumination. Hopefully at least as much light as these silly work lights from Home Depot give off. But if you don't have some kind of light in here, it gets kind of dark. So that's all for today, I think. Don't know what else to say about nothing, so we'll say goodnight. Got a lot of stuff in here. Oh, the other thing I did was the flooring. Got it out of the van, got it sorted into, these are whole pieces, these are start ends, these are finish ends, and then these are just sort of cut off and weird shaped pieces. So once again, whole pieces, start ends, finish ends, and weird cut off weird pieces. So if I had got the underlayment from Home Depot like I wanted, I would have been able to start that, but since I didn't, I'm back on plumbing. No shortage of stuff to do here at Halipohaku and Kilipohe Ke Kane Lahua. All right, good night, everyone.